down to glowing coals, casting a warm orange hue on your faces as the morning light begins to filter through the ancient trees. You stretch, the crisp morning air invigorating your senses. Lyra yawns widely, her Cyndaquil nestled sleepily in her lap, its tiny flame flickering gently. Your other companion is also beginning to stir, rubbing the sleep from their eyes. The sounds of the Hisui wilderness surround you, the calls of early morning Pokemon, the rustling of leaves, the distant gurgle of a stream. It feels peaceful, a welcome change from the intensity of your previous encounter. "Morning, sleepyheads," Lyra says with a grin, gently nudging her Cyndaquil. "Ready for another day of adventure?" Your companion grunts a sleepy agreement. You feel a sense of anticipation for what the day might hold, the mysteries of Hisui waiting to be uncovered. What do you do now? Do you tend to your Pokemon? Discuss your plans for the day? Or perhaps something else catches your attention in the surrounding wilderness?
I asked them, how long does it take to reach the dragon's teeth? And do they think our Pokemon can be affected once they get too close?
You turn to Lyra and your other companion, the question about the dragon's teeth weighing on your mind. "Hey," you begin, "do either of you know roughly how long it will take us to reach the dragon's teeth from here?" Lyra, who is now petting her fully awake Cyndaquil, considers for a moment, her brow furrowed in thought. From this location, if we keep a good pace, I'd say at least a full day's travel, maybe a bit more depending on the terrain, and if we encounter any strong Pokemon along the way." Your other companion nods in agreement, stretching their arms above their head. "Yeah, it's not exactly around the corner. We'll likely need to set up camp again tonight before we get there." You then voice your concern about your Pokemon. "And what about when we get closer? Do you think our Pokemon could be affected by whatever strange energy seems to be around the dragon's teeth?" You recall the unsettling stories and the strange occurrences you've heard. Lyra's expression turns a bit more serious. "That's a good question. I've heard tales of Pokemon acting strangely near there, becoming more aggressive or even seeming unwell. It's hard to say for sure how it might affect ours. We should definitely be cautious and keep a close eye on them. Maybe keep them close in their Pokeballs when we're in the immediate vicinity, just to be safe." Your other companion adds, "It might depend on the Pokemon too. Some might be more sensitive to that kind of energy than others. We should be prepared for anything." Lyra nods. "Exactly. We need to be observant and ready to react if our Pokemon start showing any unusual behavior." Their answers confirm your worries. The journey to the dragon's teeth will be long, and the destination itself might pose a risk to your cherished Pokemon partners. What are your thoughts or next actions after hearing this information? Do you want to discuss strategies, check on your Pokemon, or perhaps start breaking camp?
Well, hopefully the elder knows something. And when we get to the elder, if she doesn't know anything, we can always stop by that Pokemon Center and see if they know anything either. Maybe we'll even meet somebody who wants to tag along. That's how it usually works.
Hopefully the elder will have some insight, you say, a touch of uncertainty in your voice. If not, you're right. The Pokemon Center in the next settlement might have some information, or at least someone who's traveled to the dragon's teeth before. Lyra chimes in, a hopeful lilt in her tone. "And you never know who we might meet." It's always exciting to travel with new people and their Pokemon. More hands and more Pokemon could definitely be helpful, especially if things get tricky near the dragon's teeth. Your other companion nods in agreement. "Yeah, a fresh perspective and different skills could be a real asset. The thought of potential allies and the resources of a Pokemon Center offers a sense of reassurance, a backup plan if the Elder's wisdom doesn't provide the answers you seek. It's a familiar pattern in your adventures, the kindness of strangers and the support of fellow trainers often proving invaluable." "All right," you say, feeling a renewed sense of purpose. "Let's pack up and get moving. The sooner we reach the Elder, the sooner we'll know what our next steps are." Lyra and your companion readily agree, and the three of you begin to break down your small campsite, the morning sun now fully illuminating the ancient forest around you. The journey to the Elder's location begins. What do you focus on as you travel? Do you discuss potential strategies for dealing with the strange energy at the dragon's teeth? Do you train your Pokemon? Or do you simply enjoy the journey, keeping an eye out for any interesting sights or Pokemon along the way?
We walk and I show them about Pokemon training and how they increase their strength through battle.
As you journey through the ancient Hisui region, hopefully The elder will have some insight, you say, a touch of uncertainty in your voice. If not, you're right. The Pokemon Center in the next settlement might have some information, or at least someone who's traveled to the Dragon's Teeth before. Lyra chimes in, a hopeful lilt in her tone. And you never know who we might meet. It's always exciting to travel with new people and their Pokemon. More hands and more Pokemon could definitely be helpful, especially if things get tricky near the Dragon's Teeth. Your other companion nods in agreement. Yeah, a fresh perspective and different skills could be a real asset. The thought of potential allies and the resources of a Pokemon Center offers a sense of reassurance, a backup plan, if the Elder's wisdom doesn't provide the answers you seek. It's a familiar pattern in your adventures, the kindness of strangers and the support of fellow trainers often proving invaluable. All right, you say, feeling a renewed sense of purpose. Let's pack up and get moving. The sooner we reach the Elder, the sooner we'll know what our next steps are. Lyra and your companion readily agree, and the three of you begin to break down your small campsite, the morning sun now fully illuminating the ancient forest around you. The journey to the Elder's location begins. What do you focus on as you travel? Do you discuss potential strategies for dealing with the strange energy at the Dragon's Teeth? Do you train your Pokemon? Or do you simply enjoy the journey, keeping an eye out for any interesting sights or Pokemon along the way? As you journey through the ancient Hisui region, you take the opportunity to share your knowledge of Pokemon training with Lyra and your other companion. You explain the importance of strategic battling, understanding type matchups, and recognizing your Pokemon's strengths and weaknesses. You point out wild Pokemon along your path, a sturdy Shinx playfully sparring with a Budew, a nimble Starly practicing its aerial maneuvers, and explain how observing their movements and battle styles can offer valuable insights. See how that Shinx is using its electric-type moves to overwhelm the grass-type Budew? You explain. Understanding those type advantages is crucial in a real battle. You then suggest a friendly sparring match between your Pokemon and theirs. The air crackles with energy as Pokemon clash, executing moves with growing confidence. You offer guidance and encouragement, pointing out areas for improvement and praising their Pokemon's efforts. Your own Pokemon seem to relish the opportunity to battle and grow stronger. You can see their determination in their eyes and the increased power in their attacks. Lyra and your companion are enthusiastic learners, absorbing your advice and applying it in their own battles. Their Pokemon, too, show noticeable progress, becoming more agile and powerful with each exchange. The journey becomes a practical training session, strengthening not only your Pokemon but also the bonds between trainer and partner. The shared experience of growth and learning deepens your camaraderie as you continue your trek towards the Elder. After a few invigorating battles, your Pokemon are looking more seasoned, and your companions have a better grasp of battle strategy. The sun climbs higher in the sky, signaling that you've made good progress. What do you do next? Do you continue your journey at a quicker pace now that you've spent time training? Or is there something else you'd like to focus on?
While me and Lyra are battling my Bellsprout against her Cyndaquil, we hear a voice over my shoulder. Thought you were just going to take off without me, huh, Darnell? I turn around and it's my buddy, Jordan Sparks, my lifelong Pokemon companion. She's traveled to the past to join me.
The crackle of energy and the excited cries of Bellsprout and Cyndaquil fill the air as they spar. Bellsprout unleashes a razor leaf attack, the sharp leaves slicing through the air towards Cyndaquil, who expertly dodges with a burst of speed. Lyra calls out instructions, her enthusiasm infectious. Suddenly, a familiar voice cuts through the sounds of the battle, right over your shoulder. Thought you were just going to take off without me, Hunter. You whirl around, your focus completely broken, and your eyes widen in disbelief. Standing there, as real as the ancient trees surrounding you, is Jordan Sparks. Your lifelong Pokemon companion, the partner who has been by your side through countless adventures, is somehow here, in the ancient Hisui region. A wave of shock and overwhelming joy washes over you. Jordan! How? What? You're completely stunned, your mind struggling to comprehend how this is possible. Jordan grins, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Surprise! Let's just say I have my ways. Couldn't let you have all the fun in the past without me now, could I? She glances at Lyra and your other companion, a friendly nod in their direction. Looks like you've made some new friends. Lyra and your other companion stare, equally bewildered and intrigued by the sudden appearance of this newcomer and the obvious bond between you and Jordan. Cyndaquil and Bellsprout pause their battle, sensing the shift in the atmosphere. Your heart is pounding with a mixture of disbelief and elation. Jordan is here. Your best friend, your most trusted Pokemon partner, has somehow found her way to this ancient time. What's your reaction? Do you rush to greet her? Do you try to understand how she got here? Or do you introduce her to Lyra and your other companion?
I immediately taunt her. I hope you brought a strong Pokemon this time. You know what I'll do to you otherwise.
A wide grin spreads across your face as the initial shock melts away, replaced by the familiar playful banter you've always shared with Jordan. Jordan, you exclaim, a surge of happiness bubbling up. I hope you brought a strong Pokemon this time. You know what I'll do to you otherwise. You punctuate your teasing with a lighthearted nudge. Jordan laughs, a sound that instantly puts you at ease. Oh, I came prepared. Trust me. You're not the only one who's been training. Besides, she says with a mischievous glint in her eye, a good trainer knows it's not just about brute strength, right? She playfully punches your arm. Lyra and your other companion watch this exchange with curious smiles, sensing the deep connection between you and Jordan. The playful threat and the easy laughter speak volumes about your history. Guys, you say, turning to Lyra and your companion, this is Jordan. She's been my partner in crime and Pokemon battles for as long as I can remember. Jordan steps forward, extending a friendly hand. Nice to meet you both. Hunters told me a bit about your adventure. Sounds exciting. Lyra beams and shakes Jordan's hand. Wow! It's great to meet you too. Hunter's been showing us some amazing training techniques. Your other companion nods in agreement. Welcome. It's definitely good to have another experienced trainer with us. The surprise of Jordan's arrival has filled the morning with a renewed sense of energy and excitement. With your lifelong friend now by your side, the journey to the Elder and the mysteries of the Dragon's Teeth feel a little less daunting. What do you all do next? Does Jordan introduce her Pokemon? Do you continue your journey towards the Elder? Or is there something else you want to discuss or do first?
From behind Jordan peeks out a Azumarill, and I notice she has her famous Azumarill with her. I ask her, have you been busy singing? How did you have time for this adventure? Anyway, I fill her in on where we're headed, and we walk a little easier as they start to question her.
From behind Jordan, a familiar face peeks out, her beloved Azumarill. Its large, round ears twitch inquisitively as it takes in the new surroundings and the unfamiliar faces of Lyra and your other companion. A wave of warmth washes over you, seeing the two of them together again. Well, look who decided to grace us with her presence, you say with a teasing smile, nodding towards Azumarill. Turning back to Jordan, you ask, so have you been busy serenading the masses? How did you even find the time for a little trip to the past? Jordan laughs, a bright, melodic sound. Hey, even a superstar needs a vacation. And let's just say I have some very talented managers who can handle things while I'm off on a little historical field trip. She winks. Besides, Azumarill missed our adventures together, didn't you, sweetie? She affectionately pats Azumarill's head, who responds with a happy, Meryl! As you start walking again, you quickly fill Jordan in on your current quest, the strange occurrences in Hisui, the unsettling energy around the Dragon's Teeth, and your plan to seek guidance from the Elder. You explain your hopes that the Elder will have some answers, or a way to understand the potential danger to your Pokemon. Lyra and your other companion walk alongside you, their curiosity piqued by Jordan's sudden arrival and her seemingly extraordinary life. They pepper her with questions, their initial awe giving way to genuine interest. So you're really famous? Lyra asks, her eyes wide with wonder. Like everyone knows you? Your other companion chimes in, and you travel with an Azumarill? That's so cool. I've only ever seen pictures. Jordan handles their questions with grace and good humor, sharing snippets of her life as a singer while also expressing her genuine excitement to be part of your adventure in Hisui. Azumarill happily strolls beside her, occasionally letting out a cheerful cry. With Jordan and Azumarill now part of your group, the journey feels lighter. Her vibrant personality and Azumarill's cheerful presence add a new dynamic to your little band of explorers. The path to the Elder no longer feels quite so uncertain. What do you focus on as you continue your walk? Do you delve deeper into how Jordan managed to travel to the past? Or do you concentrate on reaching the Elder and discussing your concerns about the Dragon's Teeth?
As the sun sets, we find ourselves around a campfire, and we're very close to the Elder, they say. Oh, well, yes. And she immediately notices, hey, that Carnivine, that's a different color.
As the last rays of the setting sun paint the Hisuian sky in hues of orange and purple, you and your companions settle around a crackling campfire. The air is cool and carries the scent of pine and damp earth. You know you're close to the elder's dwelling. The familiar landmarks you were told to look for are just a short distance away. Just as a comfortable silence settles over the group, the elder approaches your camp. Her eyes, wise and knowing, scan each of you and your Pokemon. She offers a warm smile, her presence radiating a sense of calm and ancient wisdom. "Welcome, travelers," she says, her voice gentle but carrying a quiet authority. "I have been expecting you." Her gaze then falls upon Jordan's Carnivine, which is lounging contentedly near its trainer. The elder's eyes widen slightly, a flicker of surprise crossing her face. "Well now," she remarks, her attention fixed on Carnivine. "That Carnivine, its coloration is quite unusual. I have never seen one with such vibrant hues in all my years in Hisui." She steps close.
Hold on, remember the Carnivine belongs to me, Darnell. And our other companion's name is Torvin, but we'll change it to Juniper.
Thank you for the correction. My apologies for the mix-up. Let's get back on track. As the elder's gaze settles on your Carnivine, Darnell, a look of intrigued surprise washes over her face. "Well now," she remarks, her attention fixed on Darnell. "That Carnivine, its coloration is quite unusual. I have never seen one with such vibrant hues in all my years in Hisui." She steps closer, her gaze intent. "Tell me, young one," she says, addressing you with a curious expression. "Where did you encounter this fascinating Pokemon?" Juniper, your other companion, also looks at Darnell with interest, having perhaps not noticed the unique coloring before in the excitement of the journey. Lyra leans in for a closer look as well. "How do you respond to the elder's observation about Darnell? Do you explain where you found him? Do you know why his colors might be different?"
Okay, the other companion, Juniper, we have to change her identity. It's a Professor Juniper from Pokemon, and she's just been silent the whole time. Now, my Carnivine is red, and remember I caught it when I first got to the ancient region. I bonded with it, and I bring up the point that I'm hoping whatever reason it's a different color, it can help with healing the land.
Understood. Let's weave in Professor Juniper's presence and your unique Carnivine. As the elder marvels at Darnell's vibrant red coloration, Professor Juniper, who has been observing quietly until now, steps forward slightly, her scholarly interest piqued. "Indeed," she says, her voice thoughtful. "The pigmentation is quite remarkable. In my studies of Pokemon across various regions and time periods, I haven't encountered a Carnivine with such striking hues." You nod in agreement with the elder, your gaze resting on Darnell. "That's right. I caught Darnell shortly after arriving in Hisui. We formed a strong bond quickly." You then turn to the elder, a hopeful tone in your voice. "I've been wondering, could Darnell's unique coloring mean he possesses some kind of special connection to the land?" Understood. Let's weave in Professor Juniper's presence and your unique Carnivine. As the elder marvels at Darnell's vibrant red color.
Oh, the Carnivine hasn't been named. Darnell is my name, not Hunter. I'm sorry. Proceed, though.
My deepest apologies for the continued name confusion. Let's get this right. As the elder marvels at your Carnivine's vibrant red coloration, Professor Juniper, who has been observing quietly until now, steps forward slightly, her scholarly interest piqued. "Indeed," she says, her voice thoughtful. "The pigmentation is quite remarkable. In my studies of Pokemon across various regions and time periods, I haven't encountered a Carnivine with such striking hues." You nod in agreement with the elder, your gaze resting on your Carnivine. "That's right. I caught him shortly after arriving in Hisui. We formed a strong bond quickly." You then turn to the elder, a hopeful tone in your voice. "I've been wondering, could his unique coloring mean he possesses some kind of special connection to the land? Perhaps it could even help with the strange energy affecting the area?" You explain your hope that whatever caused your Carnivine's unusual coloration might also hold a key to understanding or even healing the disturbances you've heard about, especially around the dragon's teeth. The elder listens intently, her wise eyes shifting between your Carnivine and you. A thoughtful expression settles on her face as she considers your words. "It is not unheard of for Pokemon of Hisui to possess unique traits," she says slowly, stroking her chin. The ancient energy of this land can sometimes manifest in unexpected ways. Your bond with this Carnivine and its unusual appearance may indeed be significant. She pauses, her gaze sweeping over your group. Tell me more about what you have witnessed and what brings you to seek my counsel, Hunter. The Elder's words offer a glimmer of hope that your Carnivine's unique nature might be more than just a visual anomaly. Now it's your opportunity to share your concerns and what you hope to learn from her. What do you tell the Elder? Do you focus on the strange energy at the dragon's teeth, the well-being of your Pokemon, or something else?
The first thing I ask about is the strange energy at the dragon's teeth. I ask, what do you think, and do you know any legends that explain that might have hints on our quest?
The strange energy at the dragon's teeth, the Elder repeats, her gaze becoming distant as if peering into the mists of time. It is a place of power, a nexus where the very fabric of this ancient land seems thin. The energy there is old, wild, and often unpredictable. She pauses, gathering her thoughts. Legends speak of a time long ago when mighty Pokemon clashed, their power shaking the very foundations of Hisui. Some say the dragon's teeth are remnants of that ancient conflict, the lingering energy of these powerful beings still resonating within the land. Her voice lowers slightly, taking on a more solemn tone. There are whispers of a great serpent Pokemon, wreathed in storms and wielding immense power, that once dwelled in those peaks. Its fury, they say, could twist the very elements and leave lasting scars upon the land. Perhaps the energy you sense is a remnant of its formidable presence. The Elder looks at you directly, her eyes filled with a mixture of concern and wisdom. However, these are just legends, passed down through generations. The true nature of the energy at the dragon's teeth remains shrouded in mystery. Caution is paramount when venturing into such a place. The raw power there could indeed affect your Pokemon, especially if they are not accustomed to such potent and untamed energies. She gestures towards your group. Your unique Carnivine, its connection to the land might offer some resilience, but it is wise not to rely on speculation alone. You must be observant and heed the reactions of all your Pokemon. As for hints on your quest, she continues, the legends often speak of balance. When great power is unleashed or disturbed, the land itself seeks to restore equilibrium. Perhaps understanding what that balance was, and what might have disrupted it, is key to navigating the dragon's teeth. The Elder's words paint a picture of a powerful and potentially dangerous location, steeped in ancient lore. The mention of a great serpent Pokemon and the need for balance offer intriguing avenues for your investigation. What are your thoughts or questions after hearing the Elder's insights? Do you want to ask more about the serpent Pokemon, the concept of balance, or perhaps how to protect your Pokemon from the strange energy?
The concept of balance.
The Elder nods slowly, her gaze thoughtful. The concept of balance in Hisui is a delicate and often volatile thing. It is not a static state, but rather a constant interplay of powerful forces. The land itself, the Pokemon that inhabit it, and even the celestial energies above all, contribute to this ever-shifting equilibrium. She gestures to the surrounding wilderness. You see the diverse ecosystems, the unique adaptations of Pokemon to their environments? This is a manifestation of the natural balance. When one element becomes too dominant or is disrupted, it can create ripples throughout the entire system. The legends of the Great Serpent often speak of its immense power disrupting this balance, the Elder continues. Its rage could cause storms, earthquakes, and the very land to warp. In response, other powerful forces would rise, either naturally or through the intervention of other legendary Pokemon, to try and restore harmony. She looks at you intently. Your quest, it seems, may involve understanding what force has upset the balance around the dragon's teeth. Is it a lingering effect of ancient power? Has something new awakened or arrived to disturb the natural order? The legends might offer clues, but true understanding will require observation, and perhaps even intervention. Consider the types of Pokemon drawn to the dragon's teeth, she advises. Are they naturally aggressive? Do they exhibit unusual behaviors? The land itself might show signs of imbalance, unusual weather patterns, strange growths, or areas of desolation. The key, the Elder emphasizes, is to look for the cause of the imbalance, not just the symptoms. What force is emanating from the dragon's teeth, and what might have triggered it? The legends of the past may hold echoes of the present. Her explanation of balance in Hisui highlights the interconnectedness of the land and its inhabitants, suggesting that the strange energy of the dragon's teeth is likely a symptom of a deeper disruption. What aspects of this explanation resonate with you? Do you have any specific questions about the balance, the serpent Pokemon, or how to identify the cause of the imbalance?
I asked Lyra, what do you think about the imbalance? Do you have any clue? And I asked Jordan also and Professor Juniper, who's also traveled with me.
You turn to your companions, eager to hear their perspectives on the elder's explanation of balance. Lyra, you begin. What are your thoughts on this idea of imbalance? Does anything the elder said resonate with your experiences in Hisui so far? Have you noticed anything that might suggest a disruption of the natural order? Lyra considers for a moment, her brow furrowed in thought. Well, she says, I have noticed that some of the Pokemon around the dragon's teeth seem more agitated than usual. Almost like they're on edge. And the weather there can be really unpredictable, shifting from clear skies to sudden storms without much warning. Maybe that's a sign of the imbalance the elder was talking about? You then turn to Jordan. Jordan, you've traveled through different regions. Does this concept of balance feel familiar to you? Have you encountered similar situations where a disruption caused strange phenomena? Jordan nods thoughtfully. It does sound familiar. In other regions, when a powerful force or a legendary Pokemon is disturbed, it can definitely throw things out of whack. You see changes in the environment, the behavior of Pokemon. It's like the land itself is reacting to the disruption. The key, like the elder said, is figuring out what the root cause is. Finally, you look at Professor Juniper, who has been listening intently. Professor, with your extensive knowledge of Pokemon ecology, does the elder's description of balance align with your understanding of how ecosystems function? Do you have any initial theories about what might be causing this imbalance at the dragon's teeth? Professor Juniper adjusts her glasses, her expression serious. Indeed, the elder's explanation aligns with ecological principles. Ecosystems strive for stability, and significant disturbances can lead to cascading effects. The unusual aggression in Pokemon and the erratic weather patterns Lyra mentioned are certainly potential indicators of an imbalance. As for the cause of the dragon's teeth, the legends of a powerful serpent Pokemon are intriguing. Such a being could undoubtedly exert a significant influence on the environment. However, we must also consider other possibilities. Perhaps a shift in the land's energy, the influence of a rare or unknown Pokemon, or even some external force. Professor Juniper's scientific perspective adds another layer to the discussion, emphasizing the ecological implications of the imbalance. Your companion's observations and insights provide valuable pieces of the puzzle as you try to understand the mysteries surrounding the dragon's teeth. What do you want to discuss next with the elder or your companions? Do you want to delve deeper into the legends, explore potential causes of the imbalance, or perhaps discuss how to approach the dragon's teeth cautiously?
I revealed to the elder and the rest of them about the mysterious Pokemon I encountered in the forest and the vision I saw of the deep energy corrupting the core of the planet. And I explained it could be agitated.
You decide to share the unsettling vision that has been weighing on your mind with the elder and your companions. Elder, you begin, your voice serious. There's something else. Before we reached you, I had a strange encounter in the forest. It felt almost like a vision. I saw a Pokemon unlike any I've ever encountered before. It radiated a deep, unsettling energy. You pause, trying to find the right words to describe the experience. And in this vision, I saw this same dark energy, this corruption, deep within the core of the planet itself. Lyra and Jordan exchange concerned glances, while Professor Juniper leans forward, her interest piqued. The elder's expression becomes even more grave as she listens intently. This deep energy, can you describe it further? The elder asks, her voice low. What did this mysterious Pokemon look like? And what did you sense from this energy within the planet? You recount the details of your vision, the appearance of the unknown Pokemon, the oppressive feeling of its energy, and the disturbing sight of a dark, swirling power at the planet's core. You emphasize the sense of dread and unease that accompanied the vision. The elder listens without interruption, her eyes never leaving yours. When you finish, a heavy silence hangs in the air. This is troubling, she says finally, her voice filled with concern. A darkness at the heart of our world, such a thing has not been spoken of in our legends. The great serpent's fury was external, a force of nature unleashed. But a corruption deep within, that is a different matter entirely. Professor Juniper speaks up, her voice thoughtful. If this vision is accurate, it could explain the imbalance the elder spoke of. A disturbance at the planet's core could certainly have far-reaching effects on the land and its Pokemon. Jordan looks at you, her brow furrowed with worry. Hunter, that sounds really serious. Do you think this Pokemon you saw is connected to what's happening at the dragon's teeth? Lyra nods in agreement. Maybe the strange energy there is a symptom of this deeper problem. The revelation of your vision casts a new light on your quest. The imbalance at the dragon's teeth might be just one manifestation of a much larger, more sinister issue affecting the entire Hisui region. What are your thoughts and questions now? Do you want to ask the Elder about this potential planetary corruption? Do you want to discuss the connection between your vision and the dragon's teeth with your companions?
I decided that immediately we're going to have to rescue that Pokemon, whatever it is out there. And I need to consult Celebi further and see what Celebi thinks as she listens.
A determined look washes over your face. The image of that corrupted energy deep within the planet and the mysterious Pokemon associated with it fuels a sense of urgency within you. We have to do something, you declare, your voice firm. Whatever that Pokemon is, whatever that dark energy is, it feels wrong. We can't just ignore it. We need to find a way to help. You turn to the Elder, your eyes pleading. Elder, you mentioned legends. Are there any tales of a deep corruption within the land? Any mention of how such a thing could be confronted or healed? And more importantly, your gaze shifts towards the surrounding forest. I need to consult with Celebi. Do you know where I might find it? Its time-traveling abilities might offer us some insight or a way to understand this deeper threat. Lyra, Jordan...
No, remember Celebi's with me. I have a Celebi.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. That's wonderful news.
No, in our role play, you forgot that I brought a Celebi with me and a Bellsprout, and I got a red Carnivine in our role play session.
My sincerest apologies. You are absolutely right. I've gotten my wires crossed again. Let's reestablish the facts within our roleplay. Yes, you, Hunter, arrived in ancient Hisui with your Celebi, your Bellsprout, and you have since caught a uniquely colored red Carnivine. My apologies for the oversight. Knowing that you have Celebi with you changes things significantly. You turn to your time-traveling companion. Celebi, you say, your voice filled with urgency. You have the ability to traverse time. You felt that strange energy in the forest, didn't you? And you saw the darkness at the planet's core in my vision. Do you know what it is? Have you encountered anything like it in your travels through time? You look at Celebi expectantly, hoping its unique perspective can shed some light on the mysterious threat. The Elder and your other companions also turn their attention to the mythical Pokemon, their hopes resting on its ancient wisdom. What does Celebi sense or communicate about the deep corruption you witnessed? Does it offer any insights into its nature or origin?